After Chad drove home on Friday, I stayed at the beach by myself for an extra week. This was something that I planned in advance, so I booked the hotel, I booked my flight. I'm staying in the same room where Chad and I were staying together. And I haven't seen my dog Rebel in 3 weeks. That's a little too long. I miss my dog like crazy. I know Chad is fine. We're both like cats. Like we have so much fun together when we hang out, but we also have our own lives. So I know he's not like home crying, but I'm sure Rebel is like, where the fudge is my person? So I miss Rebel like crazy. Obviously, I miss Chad too. But I decided to vlog about my trip here because looking back at my life, when I lived in other places, I always wish that I took more videos. So this vlog is for me, but it's also for, some of the other people that follow my YouTube channel and might want to get inspired. Or maybe you're curious about South Padre Island. All right, here we go. Yeah, there's a lot of like grandpas that are out fishing, which is really fun to see. Here's a jellyfish. I'm really tempted to step on it because it looks so squishy and satisfying, but I'll leave it alone. Anyway, the sign that for me that I'm where I'm supposed to be is twins. Twins always follow me. And so far on this trip, I've seen 2 sets of twin girls. In our neighborhood at home, there's a house with 2 sets of twin girls in the same house across the street. So yeah, it's just a fun synchronicity that always seems to follow me around. I'm doing this because I really miss the beach and because I'm treating this experience like 1 week-long artist date. Now, what the heck does that mean? If you're somebody that wants to get answers from yourself, wants to remove self-doubt, wants to know that you're on the easy path, I don't say the right path, I say the easy path or the fun path, then the artist way will also give you creative ideas, help you get over blocks and stuff like that. So it's a great book, and I'll put the link for it underneath this video. But the artist way talks about doing an artist date. This is something I used to do all the time in San Diego. Basically, you just take yourself out alone with no agenda. It doesn't have to cost anything. You could just go for a walk and just see where you're led. The key is to go where you feel like going. You can't plan it out in advance because that's like a left brain logical thing, and you are getting in tune with your creative brain that knows everything already. It has all the answers. Like Einstein said, you can't solve a problem with the same consciousness that created it. This is getting in touch with that consciousness that gives you the answers. So yeah, in San Diego, here's a fun story. I asked before I went on the artist date, I asked myself, my higher self, whatever you want to call it, the universe, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, this whole working part-time as a writer for a publishing company isn't really working out. Give me the next step. Well, I found this really cool thrift store on my artist date, and I ended up becoming an eBay seller for a really long time, selling things that I thrifted. And at that same thrift store, I found an animal oracle card deck. Now, I had already been interested in oracle decks and tarot decks, but it's what ultimately led me to do readings for people for money, because I was giving readings away for friends and didn't really take it seriously. But finding that answer, being led to that deck in the store, was like, maybe I do have something that's worth monetizing. And like thousands and thousands and thousands of readings later, I'm still doing it for people. So yeah, that's I'm treating this trip, like a week-long artist date. I don't really have any set plan except for to have fun on the beach and see where it leads me. I just pet those dogs. This is the downstairs level of the hotel. It's really pretty and it's super clean. They're always mopping it and vacuuming it. I've never been in a more clean hotel. It's not super fancy as far as the room, but it's very clean. This is some art on the walls. Here's the scream. This represents me this morning because I forgot to turn the volume sound off on my phone, and I normally turn my phone off. I usually don't even sleep near my phone, but because I'm here alone, I had my phone on. And I was awoken by the sound of a cha-ching, which means that I made an Etsy sale. Somebody bought a reading. So I can't be mad at that. So this is the parking lot of the hotel, and they're playing some kind of terrible club music in the lobby. I am walking to get a smoothie next door because I've been on the beach all day. That was the sound of these black birds. They're very talkative. Hey, dudes. So this is the shopping center next to the hotel. I'm gonna get a smoothie here. There's also a couple of restaurants that I haven't tried in this shopping center, but there is also a Tuesday morning store, which I guess it's kind of like a Ross or TJ Maxx. They have really good snacks there, like you would find in World Market. I got some chocolate macadamia nuts there the other day that were gluten-free. At the next hotel over, there's a lot of pickleball going on. I'm back with a healthy-ish CVS grocery haul, since that's where I could walk to. I guess I probably walked maybe 2 miles total there and back. Full sun, no clouds. I was sweating like crazy. I drank a coconut water. I wanted a coconut cream pie, but the little coffee shop was closed. I got some pitted dates. These are Abound brand, and dates are the only ingredient. I would punch a nun for some fresh fruit that isn't like a mixed drink or a smoothie, but dates will do. I also got these Sahale snacks or Sahale snacks. Tangerine, vanilla, cashew, macadamia nuts. They don't have any like gross oils in them or ingredients that you can't pronounce. I got an Amy's lentil vegetable soup. Because my room has a microwave, I'll probably eat that for lunch one of these days. I got Bobo's apple pie stuffed bites. I wanted oatmeal, but I couldn't find any that didn't have like 1 billion grams of sugar in it, so I just eat these for breakfast sometimes, or with my breakfast. And I also got some baked Lay's, better than fried. I wanted a jar of pickles, but I couldn't find any. And your girl needs salt. So I'm probably gonna take a nap now. I got a hot chai because even though it's like 70 degrees today, I've been drinking way too many freaking smoothies. So I want to get back into my cooked foods routine. This slice of pizza on the beach, but I didn't feel like lugging my chair, and I freaking hate sand. And I didn't want to get sand in it. So this is from Russo's. It's a giant slice. I'm not gonna eat the cheese because I don't like mozzarella. But here are the details, all that good stuff. It smells amazing. Manja. I'm about to eat an orange for the first time in a couple years because when you have mold toxicity or mold sickness, you're not supposed to eat citrus or it will make your pee burn like a mofo. Yeah, I learned that the hard way, but I'm really desperate for some fruit. I'm willing to see how it goes. Yesterday I tried to open an orange with a plastic fork and it didn't go very well. So today I took a knife from the hotel breakfast thing. Day 2 and I'm on the beach. Just kidding, I'm in my room, standing on the couch. I'm gonna go get a chai and go to the beach. Let's go. Beautiful. I'm gonna sit here and chill and read for a bit Jonathan Van Ness's new book. Yes, Queen. I almost don't even want to read because it's just so pretty sitting here looking at the ocean. We got a runaway dog over there. Oh, he just wants to say hi to people. Come over and say hi to me, dude. His owner sounds really mad. So one thing that I did not count on missing so much on this trip is creating with my hands. Usually when I'm at home doodling or drawing on my tablet or crocheting or painting something, I really miss that. I wish I had some modeling clay so I could make a little sculpture of Rebel, my dog, because I miss him like crazy. So I think I'm gonna do that when I get home. I just really miss having something in my hands and creating something, and being near the water really makes me want to do that. Like, it's giving me all this creative energy. And speaking of art, I'm receiving a lot of opportunities while I'm here, even though I don't have a face painting website anymore. Because I thought, like, you know, aren't we in like the 36th month of like a pandemic? I don't want to say the actual word and have YouTube take my video down. But yeah, I just thought I was done with it. Besides, like, I have a tarot business now, and even though I still love art, I just thought it wasn't a thing anymore. I do henna once a year at Sheets Fest, but I don't have an art website anymore. Like, but the talent agencies that I used to paint for reached out to me a bunch, sent me a bunch of emails about gigs that are actually in the same town that I live in. So as long as I'm not doing it every weekend and it's like a, you know, gig that sounds fun to me, why would I say no? So if you want to know a fun fact about going on a trip, is that it often opens you up to new opportunities that are unexpected. Like, every time I take a trip, like, this is our first big vacation in like 5 years. So 5 years ago when we went to Iceland is when I started receiving requests to do henna at Sheets Fest every year. Sheets Fest is like a big corporate event that takes place at a fancy hotel in Asheville for all the Sheets employees. And the year before that, in 2017, when we went to Hawaii, I started receiving a ton of requests from my ideal pet sitting clients. Even though I have a dog now and I don't pet sit anymore, and a lot of those dogs are in doggy heaven now, I'm still friends with a lot of the, you know, their owners, like the pet parents. So going on a trip will open you up to a lot of new opportunities. It gets you out of your comfort zone. It makes you, raises your vibration, as they say in the spiritual community. I always find that. Welcome to my computer. I'm going to draw Rebel. I usually draw on my tablet. It's actually starting to look like that Life of a Dog cartoon. Yeah, I thought you might be tired of like looking at the beach. I'm not. Well, this looks like my old dog Ziggy. It's been a little bit since I've drawn on Microsoft Paint with the mouse, because normally I use my tablet. Check, chickadee, check. Here's one of my more cartoon style pet portraits. I love drawing cartoons. This is my sister Jen's dogs, Bunny and Gilly. Here's one of Ziggy. Here's one of Sweet Pea. Here's a bunch. So yeah, that's Stella and Tilly, my two of my BFF pet sitting dogs I used to pet sit for all the time. They're in doggy heaven right now. This is my cousin Mandy's dog. This is just a unicorn I did that's like, it's like me as a unicorn. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I miss creating. Hit me up for all your pet portrait needs. I owe my cousin Charlie a pet portrait of his new dogs. I'm going to do a digital one. This is what it looks like across the street. There's like a road and another road and the bay. Here's a cool sand castle thing. This is like maybe a 6 or 7 minute walk from the hotel. And it looks like they're gonna put an art museum or a historical museum there. Cool. On the other side of that sandcastle thing that I just showed you is this place called Yummy's Bistro and a couple of other stores. They have really good, like a little coffee shop in there, and they actually have almond milk. Next to the Yummy's Bistro, there's an awesome Italian restaurant called Gabriella's. I don't want to get too close because people are eating and I don't want to be a creep. But me and Chad had the best pizza and salad there the other night, and I had normal pizza and it was worth it. Okay, so that place at the corner called Ricoto is where I'm going. Chad and I were so pleasantly surprised at all the amazing good restaurants in here that are like just walking distance from the hotel. So South Padre Island definitely has a lot of good food. I'm gonna get some sushi, cooked sushi. I like the shrimp with plantains. Oh, this little chihuahua reminds me of Tilly. She's looking at me. I hope someday Rebel will be that chill so we can take him a lot more places. It's Wednesday. It's pouring rain, and I'm ready to go home because my back hurts pretty bad from the terrible bed at this hotel. But I am still enjoying my time here. I'm still enjoying the beach. I'm not like super homesick or anything, although obviously I miss it, and this trip definitely makes me appreciate all the comforts of home. Being able to cook my own food, which is something that I take for granted because I often feel pressured to do it. So yeah, oh, by the way, this lavender t-shirt is super soft. I just picked it up at one of the beach little touristy shops here. And my hair is pretty big today because it's raining. Finally treated myself to a peanut butter crunch wrap from that smoothie place I mentioned. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Here I am editing this video. So this is called the La Copa Inn, and it is right on the beach. That is why I booked here. That's why I chose it. I also chose it because it's dog friendly, because in case if my parents weren't able to watch Rebel, we thought we might be able to bring him. I've seen a lot of dogs here, which is a plus. Another plus is that it's really clean, and it's not at full capacity. I love that there are a lot of seniors here. Like, I'm surrounded by 70 and 80-year-olds that, you know, think I'm adorable and want to talk to me. I've only seen like 2 kids, which for me is a plus because I don't like screaming and yelling. I'm very sensitive to noise. So yeah, now I'm going to talk about the downsides. The downsides are that it is an older hotel, so there's a lot of things that are broken, like the dryer, the ATM machine, the elevator. The elevator is not a factor for me. I take the stairs anyway, but if you're thinking about staying here, factor that into consideration. Also, like coming from, someone who stays usually at like a Best Western or a Hilton Garden Inn, there's a lot of like paint peeling. Not a big deal. The big deal for me as far as food is that the restaurant here, I'm going to show you the menu, serves all fried food. There is not a single vegetable on here to be had. So I never eat there. Trying not to have a heart attack on this trip. So, I have a lot of my own snacks. I actually do a grocery haul for you in this video. But another plus is that I can walk to nearby restaurants and shops pretty easily. So I'm getting a ton of exercise, a ton of time at the beach, and that's the whole point of this trip.